Ladies and gentlemen, Edge, Adam Copeland is awesome. And in this video today, myself and Radar BFB is going to be giving you 50 reasons why Edge is awesome. This is going to be a lot of fun, okay? I had Kevin on to do 50 reasons why Roman Reigns is awesome. I did 50 reasons why Raw's Unwatchable with Coby. Now I've got Brian on the channel. And, well, Brian, I mean, before we get into any of the reasons, just how great is Edge? Like, seriously.
Oh, probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, honestly. I mean, I hated him. I used to hate him because he was just such a good heel. That showed how good he is. Now I appreciate it because of how good he is.
Exactly. I mean, we've got plenty of reasons why that's the case to come. So, yeah, I think without much further ado, the video is going to be a long one anyway, so I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time. I'll start it off. Reason one, he came back from a career-ending neck injury, okay? The fact that in 2011, his career was just done for, he had to, do the retirement speech, and then Brian, he came back. Just, how great is that?
It's like, you always love to see stuff like that. It always makes you happy, no matter who it is, because it shows that they put in hard work, and especially with Edge, it was sad to see they couldn't wrestle again, but he still had a lot of time left when he retired, and he could have done a lot of good stuff if he didn't retire.
Yeah, for sure. He had plenty left to give, but of course that gets cut short, and he makes his return 9 years later when literally no one thought he'd ever return. So, simply awesome that he actually returned from the neck injury. That's number one. Reason two, this one is a pretty big one nowadays. He doesn't act entitled. Now, I'll quickly give a little rundown of what my interpretation of this is. You don't see Edge going on Raw Talk complaining that I wrestle great matches, I deserve better. Okay. Edge, he's not like Peyton Royce, he's not like Cesaro, he's not like Mustafa. Literally, he does great work because he's naturally better than literally everyone on the roster outside of Roman Reigns, debatably. He just does great work because he puts so much effort into mastering his craft that when he gets the opportunities, he's inherently grateful. He doesn't complain. Brian,
That's why he's so good, because he just, whatever he does, he's gonna listen to Vince. He's a company guy also. I mean, he's not gonna say, oh, I can't do this. He'll do anything they want him to do.
Exactly. He doesn't go like Vince McMahon. He doesn't listen to Vince McMahon go, oh, we're gonna add Daniel Bryan to your WrestleMania main event, and Edge doesn't go, oh, stuff you, Vince. I'm gonna go to AEW where I deserve better. I'm gonna wrestle some great matches for Papa Khan. Dude.
Go on AEW Dark, pal.
Oh, God. He'd be a commentator on Dark, Elevation Hell.
So.
God spare me. Yeah, reason three. He hasn't become a parody of himself on his return.
Oh, it's a big one.
Legit. Like when the Dudley Boys came back, all they said for a year straight was, get the tables! When Kurt Angle came back, he'd come out every week saying, it's true. Let's have a great match.
And also, Kurt Angle, he just big matches. It just ruined him. I like Mick Foley also when he was GM.
Oh, God. Mick Foley came back, and his gimmick was that he was a simp. He was a cuck. That was Mick Foley's gimmick. Like Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon comes back for the 2018-19 stuff, and literally he goes, we're going to have great matches for these fans. Like, Brian. Yeah, Edge. He doesn't
do that, Edge. Thank God he hasn't. I hope they never do anything like that with him.
Yeah, but he hasn't come back and just gone, I'm the Rated R superstar. And just literally said that over and over. I'm the ultimate opportunist. Like, if he was like most of these other guys, that's what he would have done. But Edge loves the business. He cares. He wants to have great material. And he makes material great. So, that's that. Then reason four, Brian, I'm throwing this one straight to you. He totally outshines the current roster, doesn't he?
Yeah, so easily, dude. Like, it makes everyone else look like jobbers, which most of them already are. He's just so much better than all of them. Like, it's so crazy how much better than it's just like all these people, they're just never gonna be anywhere near him because of how good he is.
Legit, one example, I look at someone like Daniel Bryan in this build to WrestleMania. Bryan's in the ring, he's cutting a promo being like, I'm not leaving this ring. I had a low ambition score.
Oh, God.
And I deserve a WrestleMania main event. Edge comes out.
Because I wrestle good matches.
Yep, Edge comes out, rips him for about 3 straight minutes, being like, you don't deserve anything, you're a 40-year-old Starbucks employee who has only wrestled a couple matches, I've won the Royal Rumble, what have you done? Like, just Edge is just, he's fantastic, this guy completely outshines everyone, there's no debate, Brian. Yeah, but then moving on, Reason 5, similar to 4, but, I mean, a bit different. Reason 5, he feels like a rock star. Like, Brian, look at this WrestleMania 37 entrance. I mean,
his entrance, every time his entrance, I always get hyped. Like, his theme song, it's iconic. Everything about his entrance is iconic. Like, yeah, it just makes you feel like a rock star.
Yeah, like he's running, like a WrestleMania, he's running one side of the stage to the other, gassing the crowd up. He's got his, all the white gear on. He's got the smoke, the fireworks are going off. It feels like he's a rock star. It doesn't feel like, he's
it gets you excited.
Yeah,
unlike most wrestlers, just walk out and have a bland face. You're supposed to be excited.
But those wrestlers are happy to be there. They just want to put on a great match for these fans. Oh, God. And then, I mean, Reason 6, one of the things which, I mean, you think, I'll let you tweet it out, why is Edge awesome? Yeah. Reason 6, this one, need I say more? Amazing theme song.
Oh, his theme song is so good. Like, you always remember it. It's like, it's always in my head, I feel like.
Well, it's like a clear association thing. Like, when you hear, on this day, you hear Metalingus, so you hear on this day, I see clearly, you think that is Edge. When you see Edge, you think of that theme song. When I say, what is Ali's theme song, tell me that. What's Humberto Carrillo's theme song? Like, what's Dolph Ziggler's theme song? Like, his one's I'm here to show the world, which makes me want to, rake my eyes with a broom. But, like, it's just, you think of Edge, you think of an amazing theme song, Brian. It's just, there's no debate there. Like, oh, God. And then, I mean, Reason 7, perfect face. Like, this guy is just, like, you look at the build to WrestleMania. Like, yeah, go on.
Yeah, he was, as a face, he was good. He wasn't just a face who was, like, these dumb faces that WWE has most of the days who do dumb things. He was a tweener. He was destined to get the championship. He played it so good. And it's easy to get behind him also because of his term, so he just really good as a face. I think he's better as a heel, but he's also a very good face. He's one of the few wrestlers who could play a very good face and a very good heel.
Yeah, he's just great at both. Like, when he's cutting face promos on Randy Orton, talking about how this could be his last feud, and he wants to show up Randy Orton because Randy Orton's been gifted everything, and Edge just has to show grit, and he's the underdog fighting against Orton. Like, even that kind of stuff. That stuff's great. Like, just all round, perfect babyface. Then moving on to Reason 8, feels organic. Okay, this one I'll quickly explain. This one. When he's cutting promos on Daniel Bryan in this build-up to WrestleMania, and he's just cutting promos in general, it's very believable what he's saying. It's not like he has some dumb, bogus reasoning that doesn't make sense, that some 37-year-old writer who formerly worked at Starbucks is just written together just for no reason and is given to Edge, and then Edge is reciting it when it makes no sense. Edge is saying stuff that makes complete sense. I won the Rumble. This is literally, or could well be my last ever opportunity at a match this big. I need to win this. This is everything to me. Like, it made sense, Brian. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't feel like robotic. It didn't feel forced. Like, it was just great. It felt like he was saying what he felt.
Yeah, it wasn't like when Rhea Ripley's backstage 2 weeks ago, literally reading off a teleprompter and auto cue. Like, just get out of here. So yeah, that's Reason 8. Reason 9. Amazing resume. And this one, I'll lead this into Reason 10. It's an amazing resume, but it's not like a forced resume. Like, you look at someone like a Charlotte Flair or a Miz or someone like that nowadays. Randy Orton, that's a perfect example. And when they retire, it's going to be like, oh my god, look at the resume. Even though no one was asking for them to get these championships. Outside of a couple of just weirdos on Twitter, no one was asking for these people to get belt after belt, accolade after accolade. With Edge, he's got a god-tier resume, and most of that was compiled during wrestling's boom period, the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. He wasn't winning these belts when literally no one else good was in the company like these wrestlers are nowadays. Like,
yeah, he was just winning it and having like a 5-day reign just to give him another title or something.
Yeah, like, you look at Randy Orton's 14 title reigns. How many do you remember? Maybe 2?
Yeah, 2.
Like,
not many.
You remember the one when he was, kissing Stephanie McMahon in like 2009? You remember that one?
Yeah.
And then you remember
2014.
Then the 2014 one where Bryan was literally pinning him every week. You remember those two? The rest of them was legit
Yeah.
a 5-day reign versus Cena, a 7-day reign versus, like, you get my point. They're not just meaningless reigns. Yeah. It's a good, amazing resume which doesn't feel forced. So those are reasons 9 and 10. Reason 11. This one kind of similar to a couple earlier, but not really. So he makes the most of every opportunity he's given, Bryan. Like, he elevates mediocre material because of how great he is. He makes everything seem worthwhile. Like,
that's good. That's a important thing. That's what a story is. If you can make something that's mediocre, like a writing, and make it great, that shows how good you are.
Legit, like Vince Russo, always says, like, if you're really a star, you elevate the bad material. Like, you can go above bad writing if you're a star. But if you're not
like someone like someone like Elias who could do that.
Exactly. Like Elias, regardless of how terrible his material is, and regardless of the fact that every time you see him, he's going to come out, play his guitar for 2 minutes, then get punched by someone. That's bad material, but he's at least compelling with it because you can just tell he's naturally charismatic, naturally good. Edge is much the same, if not much better than Elias, for example. But just generally, Edge, every opportunity he makes the most of. Then, reason 12... This one, you can talk about as much as you like. The 2020 Royal Rumble return, Bryan. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this was awesome. Best return of all time. Everything about it was great. Even Michael Cole's commentary was good. He has his moments, I will say. That wasn't bad, his commentary. For it. I wouldn't say it's horrible. But this was very good. Everything about it, him jumping and the reaction, the countdown.
Yeah,
obviously some people spoiled it. Not spoiled, but of course your guys like Alvarez and Meltzer. But it was still a very shocking moment.
Oh god, yeah. Yes, Michael Cole tried his best to, ruin the moment. He tried with his voice, but not even Michael Cole could make this moment, bad. This was just incredible. It was shocking. As you mentioned right there, your Meltzers, your Alvarez, your Dirt Sheets. These guys had spent literally the last 3 months, 4 months before this being
he was going to go to AEW.
Yeah. Oh,
he said he would go to AEW.
Edge spotted at the Performance Center. Edge has been seen visiting doctors. Edge has been seen training in a ring with the Revival. All these stories leaking for months and months. Nonetheless, when Edge came out at 21, oh my god. It was one of the most emotional moments in wrestling history. It was incredible. That fan shot of the one guy.
That performance.
Oh,
yep.
Legendary. Just a god tier return. It's a moment that, if you watch live, which
it was good that was in a very good Rumble. That Rumble was very good.
Oh, definitely.
It wasn't in a Rumble that was...
Well, it wasn't like a 2019 Rumble with, the men, which was just, you don't remember a thing, and then, the thing of 2020, as you say, amazing Rumble. This was the cherry on top of it all. So, that's reason 12. Reason 13, amazing actor. Okay, you can tell this guy, all the acting work he's done.
He's done acting, yep.
During his, retirement, gone.
Yeah, he's just a very good actor. He's probably, after wrestling, he'll probably get a lot of roles in acting. Kind of has another career.
Yeah, because whenever he has material, he makes the best of it, as we said, and he puts genuine, passion and just enthusiasm into it. It's not like he's, like a lot of guys on the main roster, especially, who you can tell are content collecting a paycheck, and they just recite their material, have their match, and then go to the back and, move on, go through the motions. With Edge, he gets a promo, and he's like, how can I make this something that people will want to watch in 2 years from now, and go back and watch on YouTube? It's just, Edge's acting is just top tier, Bryan. It really is,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then 14, this one... I'll throw this one to you. Amazing storyteller. Just straight up.
Yeah, this, one of the recent feuds, his feud with Randy Orton, that was amazing. Everything about it. It was the thing with Randy Orton, RKO Beth Phoenix, he got territory Edge, the promos, everything about it was amazing. You believe that they genuinely hate each other, which is something you don't see. But that shows how good of a storyteller he is, and he's done this a lot in his career.
Yeah, when I'm thinking of the last, literally since Edge returned, I'm hard-pressed to think of storylines that don't involve Edge, which have been...
only one that comes to my mind is Roman versus Jey Uso.
Yes, that's literally the only other one I can think of. Because, as good as even like Reigns and Owens was because of how great Reigns is, like even then that didn't hit the same way that these Edge ones have with Reigns and Jay. So like, I mean, the storytelling with Edge, the Edge Orton stuff, you believed all of it. It was two guys from like the 2000s having an amazing storyline. Yeah.
Or used to be a tag team, yeah.
Used to be a tag team. Orton's coasted his whole career. He spent the whole 2010s going through the motions, getting paid highly and handsomely for it. Edge has been injured literally the whole time and would have been, so grateful to have one opportunity that Orton's had, let alone the, thousands. So, just amazing stuff all around. Edge's storytelling, Brian, next tier. So, that's 14. Reason 15, amazing promos, okay? Edge cuts a promo. More often than not, it's absolutely phenomenal. Like, this guy, just... Brian, I'll throw this on to you. How great are his promos, dude? Like, honestly.
It's great. Definitely the best on the roster. Not even debate. Like, he just, like, it's so believable. You could tell that he cares about it.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Exactly right. I mean,
the promo he cut on SmackDown, that was amazing, that promo.
Well, the one before WrestleMania where he's got, like, veins popping out of his neck and he's like, I will manifest it. Like, so good. And then, Reason 16, memorable promos. This one, like, literally, if you have memorable segments, this is one thing I'm saying a lot nowadays, because the amount of wrestling there is, Brian, I tend to forget, I'm sure you're the same, near enough everything that happens, because it all kind of blends together.
Yeah, so memorable, yeah. It's all the same.
So when you've got Edge doing these promos, like you mentioned there, the one on SmackDown where he's like got veins popping out of his neck saying that he's going to manifest his opportunity at WrestleMania, like that one. The one before the Rumble where he was like sitting in a ring in the darkness, announcing his entry. Like all these different promos, they stand out. They're memorable. Like they're ones that I'll remember. I'll type in Edge promo and I'll probably go back and watch these in 6 months from now because they're that good, Brian. Like,
same.
Legit. And then, Reason 17, performs with passion. Okay, similar to what we've already mentioned before. He doesn't just go through the motions. He doesn't just go, oh, well, I'm getting paid near enough 7 figures by Vince McMahon. Edge would be getting paid 7 figures easily, but I'm being paid handsomely by Vince McMahon. I'm just going to read my cue card and then leave. Like, like anything on...
He just cares about the business. I'm not saying, he has put all his energy into wrestling, but you could tell that he cares. He just doesn't want to be there to put on good matches. He wants to improve and make people care about him.
Absolutely. He just wants to make the quality of the show better, which God bless him for that. So that's that one. Then going back to the promos, this one, I don't think there's a debate with this. People on Twitter seem to think that this statement's just completely off the mark. Edge is the best promo wrestling today. Okay.
But Don Callis.
I thought you were going to use Eddie Kingston as the example. Eddie Kingston cuts great promos. Look at Edge's promos in the past year and compare them to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston crying about his mother, or Edge doing the promos where his veins popping out of his neck saying that he needs to manifest his dream at WrestleMania. Like, it's just... Every time Edge cuts a promo, you remember it. Eddie Kingston's promos... Eddie Kingston is a better promo than literally everyone in the business except Edge. Deal with it. That's objective.
Yeah, basically.
So, I'd rather listen to Eddie Kingston than listen to near enough anyone. But I'd rather listen to Edge as opposed to Eddie Kingston, It's like... Come on.
Definitely.
Come on. Yeah, and then, Reason 19. Distinctive catchphrases. Like, Brian, you think of Edge...
Yeah, just rated R superstar.
Yep. Ultimate opportunist. You just... Like, there's stuff with Edge...
It's so good. That's an important thing. You need to have good catchphrases that people remember. That's what they will remember you for, and he has that. Yeah,
that's pivotal with wrestlers, Like, if wrestlers
most of them nowadays don't have that. It's like Roman Reigns.
Like every wrestler needs something. Like Daniel Bryan has yes. Is it the most creative thing? No, but it's something.
No, Edge's style is phenomenal. It works.
Yeah. Like what? Like the wrestlers who don't make it. Like what do they have? Like what's Tyler Breeze's catchphrase? Like what's Tyson Kidd's thing?
What's Andrade's catchphrase?
Good question. No, it's not. It's not.
Likes wrestling.
His catchphrase. He likes wrestling. Jesus Christ. He likes doing TikToks with Charlotte Flair pal. That's his catchphrase. But like all these people. Like what's Aleister Black's catchphrase? Like,
he likes reading books. That's his.
yeah, he likes reading.
Game of Thrones.
He thinks he's on Game of Thrones, and he likes knocking on closet doors. Like,
and he needs to enter someone to enter his door.
oh,
Wow.
Pick a fight with me. Like, that. Get out of here. So that's that. Reason 20. Great on commentary. When Edge was doing commentary in like the lead up to WrestleMania, he was on.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you can just tell that he cares. He knows. He just tell how smart he is.
yeah.
He's like saying, "Oh," he's in one of these people who's like, "Oh, he did a great drop kick or something." He's not like one of these people who's analyzing every single move.
Yeah, and it's not like you're cringing when he's on commentary. Like, usually, like, they'll have Natalia on commentary, and you're just thinking to yourself, this is dead. I don't care. Or they'll have Miz on commentary, and the Miz is like, well, thank you, Michael. I'm here to promote Miz TV Season 3. Like, usually they do that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, who cares? When Edge is on commentary, and he's talking about how he needs to manifest his dream at WrestleMania, and how WrestleMania is everything to him, and like, just by listening to Edge and listening to what he's saying, you become more invested in WrestleMania 37. You care more, which is just what you always should be. So, yeah, anything else about the commentary, Brian?
No.
Nah, so easy. So then moving on, reason 21. Great backstage segments. I mean, you talk about...
His ones with The Rock, Lita, he's had a lot of them.
Yeah, now, most of these have been in days gone by. I won't lie to my audience and say that his backstage segments where he's taking pictures of Baron Corbin on a phone from 2004 was some great segment. Yeah. Or when he's backstage saying that, I don't know, like he's backstage at NXT saying that some random 5'6" skinny guy is the future of wrestling. Like,
I mean, he's had some good ones recently, like the one with Damon Priest, the one with Karen Cross.
Yeah, those ones are great. Like, the ones where there's like a legit, superstar there, and like Edge is putting them over. That's awesome. The one with him, as I said, taking pictures of Baron Corbin, kind of sucked, but that was
Jey Uso, yeah.
Yeah, Jey Uso one's been good. The one with, when Edge stormed into Roman Reigns' locker room and was like, don't let that, midget Daniel Bryan into our opportunity. This is our match. Like, that one, and Paul Heyman's, like, grabbing Jey Uso's pec. Like, that one was funny. Like, great backstage segments, pal. Great backstage segments.
This is not, yep.
And then, moving on, reason 22 and 23. I kind of did this last time with the Reigns one. Are they kind of cop-outs in a way, but nonetheless, reason 22, Raid Last Superstar. It's an awesome catchphrase. It's something that, I mean, you've named your channel after it, Like... Yeah,
I have, that's true. Which shows how good it is.
I guess that, yeah, it's appropriate for having you on for the Edge episode when you're... That's great. So yeah, that's reason 22. Raid Last Superstar is an awesome, memorable, amazing catchphrase. Reason 23, the ultimate opportunist. Okay, like... He lived that catchphrase. His whole career in the 2000s was being the ultimate opportunist. It just...
Seeking opportunities, yep.
Yep, just...
Works perfectly.
Absolutely, works perfectly. That's reason 23. 24. Kind of a rehash of one we've done already, but nonetheless, we're trying to get to 50. Everything he's involved in feels important. We'll kind of fly over this one because you don't want to repeat it, but... when Edge is on TV, you care because he makes the material good. So that's reason 24.
He's just Edge, yeah.
He's just Edge, pal. Damn it, pal. Reason 25. Recognizable star. This is a big one. He's distinctive. He stands out. You see Edge and you go,
everyone knows him. If you ask someone friend of yours who doesn't watch wrestling anymore, they're going to know who he is.
Yes, he'd pass Vince Russo's over test where you walk through an airport and regardless if they know you're a wrestler or not, if they turn their head and go, that guy stands out, like, who's that? Like, that guy seems, like, larger than life. Like, Edge passes the airport test. He's not just some guy who's 5'5", but NXT says 5'10", walking through the airport, who can wrestle great matches, but no one knows him, Like, Edge is recognizable. He's larger than life. He was never, like, a 6'9" jacked guy. He's, like, 6'5".
Yeah, I mean... He's in great shape also.
Exactly, yeah. And then reason 26, destroys incels on Twitter. This one, do you remember this, Brian?
Cool.
Do you remember this?
I don't. I don't know. When was this?
This was in December. This was hilarious. So legit, one guy posts a picture of like Beth Phoenix, and it's like,
I may remember this.
Yeah, the guy's like, paraphrasing here. Oh god, Edge is with this. Beth Phoenix looks like a man. Who want to get with Beth Phoenix? And then Edge literally says, you can stick to, literally having fun with your own hand for the rest of your life. You'll never meet anyone nearly like Beth Phoenix will actually love you for you. And he just completely roasted this guy. put him in a body bag, completely ratioed him, Brian. It was glorious. Like,
That's cool. You always like to see that.
that's
I don't like to see people complaining on Twitter, like the wrestlers, but when people who actually are cool do this, it's great to see.
well, it's like I'm all for like the clapping back on the Twitter reactions if it's actually funny. Like this is funny.
If it's someone who's actually good.
It's not like me or Yim saying that. Oh well, you know, like I don't really need to say more. Like it's not like a me, you know,
like Mustafa Ali.
Oh god, like all the rest, like a Mick Foley, who are on their high horse on social media, calling you sexist, racist, etc., and that kind of thing. It's literally, it's Edge roasting some blithering idiot who's making fun of Beth Phoenix, and he puts him in a body bag and literally ends his life on social media. It's just glorious. So that's reason 26. 27. This is a big one. He made Randy Orton try. Quite literally, Brian.
That shows like good yard. If you can make Randy Orton try, then that's good, because I'm gonna show like how respected Edge is.
Yeah, like Randy Orton has literally spent. I mean, he's admitted
who's
this.
Gone Randy Orton try? Like who else has been?
God, oh my God.
I mean,
well, legit,
McIntyre maybe.
No, look at before Edge. Okay, before Edge came back, so legit the whole 2010s. Who in that time span made Randy Orton actually invest himself? Daniel Bryan, not really. Christian, yes. Christian, yes. Bryan, no. Like when Orton was in the Authority, he'd stand there with the belt.
Oh yeah.
Chewing gum, and then he'd lose to Bryan.
Not Bray Wyatt. The Wyatt family, no.
No, not Bray Wyatt. Like literally, when Edge came back, Orton, a fire was lit under him. He put more of an emphasis on promos.
He cut his promos. Yeah, his promos were really good in 2020. Before that, they were just, they weren't anything special. But 2020, they were great. And you remember them. Well,
Orton admitted this on the Austin interview. He was literally just like, I got by for so long, literally just being like, oh, well, I can do really good stuff.
We all knew that. Yeah,
and then Edge comes back and Orton elevates.
Yep.
Great stuff. And then reason 28, the Edge is selling. Okay, literally, the perfect example I can think of is when Orton does the concerto on the Raw after the 2020 Rumble, and Edge is like, he's got his fingers trembling. He's, it looks legitimately real. It doesn't look like he's a...
That was great. That was such a good segment, but just because of Edge, it's selling, everything about it was perfect.
Yeah, because the acting of Orton, Edge is selling, all of it. That was awesome, and there were so many more examples of that. Their WrestleMania match, there was, the stuff of the greatest wrestling match ever, which, we'll talk about in a moment. There was all that kind of stuff. Edge's selling and all of this is so good.
But the Randy Orton Edge match was born because it didn't have a flip.
Do you want me to just kick you off the video, pal? Damn it. Nah, just... reason 28. The greatest wrestling match ever was awesome. Now, yes, I get... They called it the greatest wrestling match ever. Was it...
Yeah, that was horrible. When they had, legends come on and say, it was... oh my god, remember that? When they had, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle call it the greatest wrestling match ever?
Yeah. It was terrible.
That was just throwing.
They set themselves up for failure, but at least...
Yeah, but it was gonna be good, I think.
Yeah, it was Randy Orton's... I don't know
anyone could think it was gonna be bad.
It was Randy Orton's best one-on-one match in his career, outside of probably Foley at Backlash 04. It was Orton's best match ever, just about. It was one of Edge's better matches ever. A damn good match. Unfortunately, Edge, did his tricep in the match, but the whole thing was just... It was brilliantly done. Amazing match. Yes, was it the greatest wrestling match ever? I mean, that's always subjective.
No.
There's no objective greatest match ever.
Probably not.
But yeah, great stuff all around. Then, 30. He fought back from another serious injury at 47 years old. He tore his tricep at Backlash against Orton, came back 7 months later, and is literally better than ever.
That did suck, that he got hurt. I mean, I wonder what he would have done if he didn't get hurt. Would have been interesting to see.
I honestly think they probably would have done Orton and Edge for SummerSlam, maybe. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what they would have done. It would have been interesting, Yeah, so, that's that one. 31. Brian, we did a watch-along of this when it happened. The WrestleMania 37 main event.
This was great.
Amazing.
Everything about it. It felt like a big five-field match. The entrances, except Daniel Bryan. I mean...
yeah.
I think you're apparently your a bad person, pal. I think Daniel Bryan's entrance is not good.
Yeah, and then people are like, well, that's his character. I'm just like, why is he in the bloody match then?
How's that his character?
His character's he doesn't
How's that a
need
character?
he doesn't need
He doesn't
fireworks. He just wants to come out and wrestle. Great, that's not the character of a WrestleMania main eventer, is it? That's a character of a guy who wrestles third on the card. So why is he against the two biggest stars in the company? It didn't matter. Still this day, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, yeah. It was still a good match.
Oh god, yeah, the match.
Great.
You watch the match. I love the match. Like,
I'll definitely watch it eventually.
That's my match of the year, personally.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's the only match I've watched, and I've been genuinely fully captivated on every move. Like, I've seen people have Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly's unsanctioned match at TakeOver Stand and Deliver above that.
Yeah, basically my match of the year is probably that and the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match. Those two. Nothing comes close with those two.
What about the exploding barbed wire death match, pal?
Well, it doesn't matter if people saying, oh, it was good. The ending sucked. That's what people remember for.
Yep, damn straight. So, like, yeah, I mean, that match was awesome. Like, the fact that people think that Adam Cole and O'Reilly is better than that baffles me beyond belief.
Yeah,
nonetheless,
Adam Cole, pal.
Adam Cole with his shoddy leg spray tan job. Oh my god, terrible. Nonetheless, 32. God. Edge has many dream feuds still on the table. Yeah, AJ Styles, Reigns, Rollins, Cena. You go on.
Edge, I would like to see. That would be very good. I think they do great stuff with that. Rollins, that would be good. I think they're doing Edge vs. Rollins. It's gonna be like the next Edge big match. I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think Edge and Cena.
I feel like they're gonna do Edge Roman. I'll be at SummerSlam. I feel like they're gonna do Edge Roman at SummerSlam this year.
I hope so. I mean, that's just we need like a full 6 weeks of just Edge and Reigns. We don't need Daniel Bryan being like, I wrestled 3 matches in 3 weeks.
We don't need Drew Gulak. We don't need Drew Gulak saying he can wrestle good matches.
Like, keep him away from all the people who aren't established.
Yeah.
Keep him away from like people like Sami Zayn. Like, Sami Zayn shouldn't be in the ring with Edge. Like, I don't know.
Go with Sami Zayn, but yeah, no.
Yeah, nah. So yeah, the many dream feuds. I'd love to see Cena vs Edge at like Mania 38 or something.
Yeah,
like, that'd be sick.
Also, Edge vs McIntyre. That would be good.
That'd be cool, especially if it's like a heel Drew McIntyre as well.
Also, Edge vs Cross. Also.
Ooh, okay, Edge and Cross. I mean, even like Edge and Priest.
Also, one. Edge vs Lesnar. That hasn't happened before. They need to do that. Edge vs Brock. Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be amazing build.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to see Brock flinging him on his neck 15 times. Like that
is true.
That's just.
You could do a storyline with that though.
That's true. I mean, that's true. I'm too.
Edge doesn't want to get hit by a German suplex. It could do something like that.
Well, like, I'm too humanitarian. I don't want to see a wrestler slammed on their neck when they've had whatever. Anyway,
you don't want to see Drew Gulak flip down by his neck, pal.
Oh, it's a great match, even though I was cringing violently throughout Gulak vs. Bryan, because Bryan's had a career of neck injuries, and Gulak kept dropping him on his neck. But anyway, reason 33, Edge has a dope logo. Like, it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's sick. Like,
this looks cool.
Really damn cool. That's 33. 34. Awesome ring attire.
Oh, he's always had great ring attire. Like, the one in WrestleMania, that was great. The one in WrestleMania, that was really good.
But
the one at the Rumble.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Like, it stands out. And that's one thing that makes a wrestler awesome. Stands out in a good way. So yeah, that's 34. 35, cool merchandise. Like the shirt that says grit. Like the one like Radar Superstar.
I literally have one of his merchandise. I have the Radar Superstar one.
That's great. Like that leads into reason 36. Not embarrassing to support. If you have a shirt that says like grit or like rated R, like you can walk around wearing that
in public.
You can walk around wearing that, and it's not just like, oh my god, I hope no one calls me out on this show. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I know.
Or but like to be fair,
it's not like them were.
You go.
It's true.
Yeah, you go.
It's not like I'm wearing like a Johnny Gargano shirt or like an Adam Cole shirt.
So you're wearing a shirt saying Johnny Wrestling with a picture of some like stick figure doing a suplex. Like what is that? Like if you're gonna wear shirts, have it be like multi-purpose to where even if people never seen or or they hate wrestling, you can wear it and be like, yeah, if they ask, it's a wrestling show, but like the person you're supporting is cool. It's not like you're supporting someone who's just cringeworthy or someone who wrestles great matches and has no character. Like if you showed someone Edge, it wouldn't be embarrassing, like just generally. Yep. And then now the next, I think, what's this? The next like 8 or so reasons. These ones are more so like Edge's 2000s run. So first off, 37. He's a pioneer for tag team wrestling, pal. Just objectively.
Yep. this was his match with the Hardys, him and Christian. That was just amazing stuff. The Dudley Boys. Matches they had were just simply amazing.
Yeah, like, without Edge, Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudleys, tag team wrestling, like, especially like in AEW, wouldn't be nowhere near as prevalent as it is now. Like, those matches put tag team wrestling on the map and made tag team wrestling, pretty cool.
Yeah,
so...
like Edge and Christian, they were just entertaining and just made tag team wrestling cool. It wasn't like AEW tag team wrestling where they're still putting on good matches and doing flips with no...
Well, like, one of the things you could never say about Edge, Christian, Hardys, and Dudleys was that the matches were the same every time. They were not. Like, they think of new, creative, dangerous, like, spots to do. The main criticism I have of, like, AEW multi-man matches is if you feel like you're watching this, like, literally a cardboard cutout. It's the same thing.
Copy and paste.
Like, I don't care if you have Matt and Nick Jackson from Rancho Cucamonga in the match, or you have the Varsity Blondes, or you've got Bear Country in the match. It's the same bloody match. So you don't feel like you're watching anything different.
Nakazawa, pal.
Oh, MT Nakazawa, pal. Sitting in a preschool reading a book to kids. Like, just what we need to see. So that's that one. Reason 38. With 38, Christian owes him his career. Without Edge, Christian would have been a nobody.
Really. Like, this thing with Christian, I'm a big fan of him, but he's always been the shadow of Edge. He's good, Christian, he's really good, but he'll never be as big as Edge.
Well, as I believe Vince McMahon once said, Christian has the face for radio. Yeah. He's the face for radio. He's not a face that you're going to put on a poster or on a collector's cup. Like, it's Christian. He's a guy. He's a great person, but, like, as a wrestler, he's not like, oh my god, that's Christian, give him the world championship. So, yeah, Edge, thanks.
He's a big-time guy.
Yeah, Christian owes Edge's career. Then, moving on, 39, the feud with John Cena. Brilliant,
That's amazing, yeah. One of the best feuds of all time. Easily, I think.
It's just great. Like, if you've watched They're Untold, like, it's funny watching them tell the story of Edge invading Cena's home. And you've got, like, Cena's dad is, like, a terrible actor, and he's, like, reciting every line as though it's, like, Shakespeare. And Edge is just like, bro, this is terrible. And then Vince McMahon sees the footage, he's like, what the hell is that? Oh, God. Like, just... That's great. So, yeah, the feud was awesome.
Stuff.
The match at Unforgiven 06 was amazing. So, that's 39. Reason 40, the Raid spinner belt. Dope. Very cool.
Yeah, that's him. Like, if you have a belt with your own, like, it shows how big you are, honestly.
Yeah, like, how many people can say that? It goes back to, like, having the catchphrases, the gimmick, having something that stands out. Edge could have a Raid spinner belt that it was custom made for him. You know, like, when Kofi Kingston won the title belt, what were you going to custom make for Kofi? Like, like, Kevin Owens wins the Universal title. What can you custom make? You can put a cheeseburger on the Universal title instead of a W? Like, oh, God. Anyway, 41. Yeah, what'd you say?
You're gonna get cancelled, pal, for saying that.
Wow, I'm getting cancelled because my next door neighbor was the Universal Champion. Oh wow. Wow. Oh. I'm terrified, Brian. Yeah, 41. Edge's spear on Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 17. It's
iconic. You always see this, always. Just iconic.
It's like,
always remember this.
Did this take like a decade off Edge's career? Yes, but was it one of the greatest WrestleMania moments and just wrestling moments ever?
Yes.
Absolutely. He was like 30 feet up in the air and he spears Jeff Hardy off a ladder. Like, that is nuts, dude. Like, wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. And then moving on to reason 42, something which they definitely couldn't get away with nowadays, although if they did, I'm sure J Rance would love it. The live celebration with Lita. Yep. Now, I'm saying live celebration. Yeah, you go.
I mean, it's probably the best reason on this. I mean, he did that. He's lucky. That's just shows how cool he is.
Probably the best reason on the list. Are you devaluing my list, pal? Damn it. Nah, legit.
Yeah, this is great stuff.
One of the most memorable segments in wrestling history. Something that drew ungodly ratings.
But it wasn't a long match, pal.
I think I said, but it didn't respect women. Yeah, 100%, totally get it. The fact that leaders literally come out and said she was uncomfortable doing it, I completely. Everyone with a brain, everyone with a brain should understand like where leaders coming from. Of course, that's completely fair. But objectively, the segment was one of, if not the most viewed in Raw history. Is one of the most memorable. Okay. And now that like it's all done with, it's remembered very fondly by most. Some people hate it and think it's awful. Fair play to you. I hope you enjoy writing for BuzzFeed. But nonetheless, reason 43, the spear Edge did to Mick Foley through a flaming table at Mania 22. Unbelievable. He literally he jumped headfirst into a thing of flames. Like, that's wild.
This is great. That was amazing. And to me, it's Mick Foley also. He was gonna do that. He does everything.
Yeah, I dare say, I mean, Edge took the worst of that because, like, Mick Foley was wearing, like a flannel shirt and, like, he was, like, his whole back was covered. Edge literally could have gone blind putting his face through fire. Like, that's crazy. That's nuts. And then, reason 44, Edge has main evented an objective top 5 all-time WrestleMania against The Undertaker. You know?
This was the Undertaker match. That match was so good because I actually believed that Edge could be Undertaker. That it was great.
Exactly. Like those matches, the streak match is always good when you like genuinely believe someone's gonna beat the Undertaker. Like when Undertaker's facing Mark Henry, no one's like, "Oh, Mark Henry's gonna beat the Dead Man," or when Undertaker's facing
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, but that's a good example. Or he's facing A-Train and Big Show in a handicap match, and then the Colossus of Bugger Road comes out and kicks A-Train. Like it's actually like good. When Edge and Taker was awesome. Like Kevin's talked about that, you know, because he was there live. When you're seeing these entrances live, Undertaker's entrance live is like the best spectacle ever. Edge's entrance was sick. Just this would have been amazing to see live. But yeah, amazing match. Then reason 45. As much as WWE kind of tried to do this in his recent run, he doesn't feel overexposed. It's not like you see Edge and think, "Oh, him again? Really? Get off the screen, dude." Like, you don't think that. You think, "Oh, this Edge, what's he gonna do? I care." You know? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then 46, perfect heel. I mean, you kind of talked about this earlier.
I mean, great heel. I mean,
perfect,
one of the best heels of all time.
Perfect face, perfect heel. Easy. Then, 47. Nice to his fans, okay? You don't hear these stories...
It's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, of him, like, being rude.
Yeah, you don't hear these stories of Edge being a jerk to fans, showing up 45 minutes late to a meet and greet and being disrespectful like a bunch of these, like, you know, wrestlers. You hear good things about Edge because Adam Copeland... Cool guy, nice person.
Yep.
Awesome. And then the next two reasons I'm a big fan of. 48, better cardio, conditioning, and stamina than the indie fan favorite roster, okay? Every match he's been involved in since his return has been longer than like 20, it's been longer than 20 minutes. And
but
yeah?
I can't, and then you see these people like JD and DJ Storm saying he's washed.
I don't know how. Like, you look
and then this, like, how?
Like, let's do some...
Because he doesn't do it. He doesn't do, like, a moonsault.
Yeah, like, let me recite some facts real quick. So he came back, when his Rumble return was 23 minutes in 2020, when most people thought he'd wrestle, like, 2 minutes and get thrown out. He did 23 minutes there. His WrestleMania match against Randy Orton was 36 minutes, Brian. The second longest match in Mania history. The greatest wrestling match ever was 44, and it was like over an hour because they had to record it and all that kind of stuff. So it was a basically 45-minute match. His return at the Rumble was literally an hour long. He lasted bell to bell in the 2021 Rumble. His match at WrestleMania was like 23 minutes. Or like it was 25. Like, this guy has better cardio and conditioning than everyone who's a great cardio worker, you know? Like, just, yeah.
Yeah, he's...
You know? And then you kind of talked about this one, 49. Doesn't rely on dangerous moves. Brian, you know, like, he's washed, pal.
Yeah,
damn it.
His style is believable.
Yeah, like, he said himself on the Second Mountain documentary, I'm not going to be able to do the big flippy-do matches that get the oohs and ahs, okay? I have to be a more nuanced storyteller because of my neck injuries. And that makes all his matches stand out. His matches are different. It's not just like, oh, well, let's do a flip because everyone's doing them. Like, because of that, you've got Keith Lee, a guy's 330 pounds doing moonsaults and nearly killing himself because of this style.
Yeah, whoever made him do that just needs to be fired.
Yeah, that's why he got sent back to the PC, pal. So, legit, yeah, Edge doesn't like...
hurt, pal.
Yep, rip. So Edge doesn't rely on dangerous moves. Then 50, to wrap this all up, basically, if you build a WWE superstar from the ground up, it look like Edge, Michael. Like... Yeah, perfect wrestler.
Yeah, he's a perfect wrestler, great shape, perfect style. Obviously, he's not some tall guy, which not every person has to be tall.
It helps. It helps. It's much easier to believe him because he's taller. Like is that heightist? Is that discrimination against short people? Well, yeah. Okay, I don't want to see a guy who's my height on Raw main eventing. I don't want to see that. I want to see a guy who could beat the crap out of me main eventing. That's just... Anyway, whatever, you get the point. that's been 50 Reasons Why Edge is Awesome. Rated R BFB, Brian, thanks for coming on. Go check out his channel. Get him to 200 subs. I'm sure if you've made it all this way, you've made it all this way, you're not subbed to his channel, I don't know what you're doing, but I'll chuck the link in the description. Go chuck him a sub. Any sub helps, because, I mean, when you blow like 200, 250 subs, every sub means a ton. So, yeah, go check him out. Any closing words, Brian?
Well, this was very fun to do, but talk about how great Edge is.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, all that kind of stuff. Like, comment, sub. Peace.